Hi guys! Today I'm starting my Easter project, which is this cute chicken egg box. So in this video I'm going to paint the box and then I'm going to show you how I make the chick. It's really easy. It's a little bit fiddly, but you can do it fairly quickly if you know what you're doing, and even if you don't, it's only the easiest stitch that I'm using here, so hopefully you'll be tempted to do it and you'll have some fun. So let's get started. Okay, so first things first, this is where I started with practicing. I'm going to put these away and I'm going to colour my box. So I'm just using a normal supermarket egg box, a brush that I got from Amazon. I hope this will work, haven't tried it yet. And we have some kids paints because they are non-toxic and because I want my daughter to be able to play with it, I'm just going to use one of those. And I want my box to be green, as you saw, so I'm just going to try and paint over it. So that might take a little while, but basically this is all I'm doing. And obviously the writing might not be covered completely, but it doesn't really matter because if you want to, you can just stick something on there to make it even more decorative. So I'll see maybe at the end. This is what I'll do. So I'll see you here once I finish and once this is dried, because there's no point in trying to do anything with it when it's still wet. So have fun and see you soon. Actually, a little correction. So I've done the inside of the box. As you can see, the writing is still visible. So I'm just gonna try and put another layer, and when it dries and it's still visible, I might just put another one afterwards. But in the meantime, I'm going to close the box and do the top. Obviously, I can't do the bottom until the top dries. So I'm just going to finish the top and then put the box to the side and start making my chick. So see you in a second. So now I'm going to start on this little fella. And what I'm going to need is yellow yarn. I'm using Peter Pan double knit. It's quite nice to work with, but to be honest, I didn't buy it especially, I just had it. 3.5 millimeters crochet hook, a crochet needle, needle and a thread. So we need a thread, red thread for the beak, for which I'm also using red felt. If you don't have felt, I think any fabric will probably do. And then dark thread for eyes. It could be black, but it doesn't have to be. Mine isn't. And then we also have a little bit of a different color of yarn for the legs. We also need something for stuffing the chick. And this is optional. I want to put this in because I want my 1-year-old, she's 1.5 now, so she might enjoy just making the noise. But if it's just for decoration, it's really not necessary. So let's get going. So I'm going to put all of these to the side for now, because we're going to start with crocheting, and we're going to start with the wings. So this is my marker here. Now I'm going to start with the magic circle. I know that everybody has different ways of doing magic circle, so if you already have your way, great, just use that, because this is not the easiest, but this is how I learned. So I'm just going to hold the yarn here and wrap it around in a cross over my first 2 fingers and hold the back here. And I'm going to put the hook under the first one and over the second one, pull the second one and pull it up, twist, and then yarn over and pull the yarn through the loop, hopefully. There we go. So that's done. That's my magic circle. So let's do that again. Hold the yarn here. Do a cross over your first two fingers. Hold the back over the yarn there. Under the first yarn over the second. Pull the yarn. Twist on the top. And then yarn over and pull through the loop. So this is my magic circle. I'm just going to tighten it. And I'm going to tighten my circle a little bit as well. Okay, and now I'm going to do 6 double crochets in the magic circle. Now this is a British term, so if you're using American terms, this will be 6 single crochets. And something's just gone wrong here. There we go. 6 double crochets into the magic circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I have 6. I'm going to tighten my magic circle a little bit so that it's closer. So now I'm going to do 2 double crochets in each stitch. So the first one is usually quite tricky to get into. It should be much easier after that. There we go. So 2 double crochets in the first one. 1 and 2. 2 double crochets in the next one. So that's 4. 2 double crochets in the next one. That's 6. And the next one, 2 double crochets. That's 8. 2 double crochets in the next one. That's 10. And 2 double crochets in the last one. And that's 12. Just a second, I think I missed a little bit there, so I'm going to redo the last 2 like this. 1 and 2, and now I have 12 double crochets. So I'm going to use my marker now. The next row is going to be 1 double crochet in each stitch, so 12 stitches all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, pull my marker out, and 12. So I've got 12 again, and now I'm going to tighten my circle completely. So I'm going to pull on this leftover yarn, like so, and that's my middle hole closed now. Marker back in, and now I'm going to do some decreasing. So 2 double crochets, 1 in each stitch. 1 and 2, and then 1 decrease. With the double crochets, the decrease is just put the hook through the first stitch, pull the yarn over and pull it through. Keep 2 on the loop, on the hook, sorry, and then put the hook through the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, and you have 3, and then you just yarn over and pull through all 3. And then again I'm going to do 2 double crochets, 1 in each stitch, so 1, and in the next one 1, and then I'm going to do another decrease again. So first stitch, yarn over, pull through, second stitch, yarn over, pull through, 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 3, and then 2 double crochets, 1 in each stitch one last time, 1 and 2, and then the last decrease. You can see I have 2 stitches left here and here, so I'm just going to do 1 decrease here. Okay, marker back in, and now I'm going to do 2 rounds with 1 double crochet in each stitch, so you should have 9 stitches altogether in this round. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and 1 last round, again 1 double crochet in each stitch, so 9 stitches altogether. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And just to finish off, I'm going to do a slip stitch into the next stitch. So pull through and then pull through the one on the hook. And I'm going to leave quite a long tail so that I have enough to sew the wing onto the chick. And I'm just going to fasten off. And that's it. That's my wing done. I'm going to get rid of the yarn from the beginning, because we don't need that. So there you have it. There's my one wing. I'm going to do the second one now and see you here in a minute. I have my wings now with long tails to sew them on. I'm going to put those to the side right now and start on my chick. I'm going to use the same yarn, and I'm going to start in exactly the same way by creating a magic circle. Okay. Pull it on a bit so that it's not too big, and then 6 double crochets, 1 in each. 6 double crochets in the magic circle. I'm getting ahead of myself. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Pull on on the yarn to bring them closer together. And now I'm going to do 2 double crochets, 1 in each stitch. So exactly the same start as to the wings. I just need to make sure that I put the hook in the right place. There we go. So that's 1 and the second one in the same stitch. And then again in the next stitch 2 double crochets. Remember, if you're using American terms, these are all single crochets. And 2 in the next one, so that's 6. 2 in the next one, 8. 2 in the next one, 10. 2 in the next one, 12. So that's our first round done. I'm going to put my marker in, and now if I can put my hook in, we'll start increasing a bit. So remember, you can pull on this end yarn here to get rid of the hole in the middle. There we go. And now I'm going to do 1 double crochet in the first stitch and 1 increase in the following stitch. So 2 double crochets in the second stitch. 1 double crochet in the next stitch and 2 double crochets in the following stitch. 1 double crochet in the next stitch and 2 double crochets in the following stitch. 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 2 double crochets in the following stitch. 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 2 double crochets in the following stitch, 1 double crochet and 2 double crochets in the last one. So if you finish on an increase on 2 double crochets in one, that means you did it right. If you don't, then probably something went wrong and you need to count your stitches to make sure that you have the right number. I have done that many times somehow. Okay, so the next round will be 2 double crochets, 1 in each stitch, followed by an increase. So 1 in the first one, 1 in the second one, and 2 in the third. 1 in the first one again, 1 in the second one, and 2 in the third. 1 in the first one, 1 in the second one, and 2 in the third. 1 in the first one, 1 in the second one, and 2 in the third. 1 in the first one, 1 in the second one, and 2 in the third. 1 in the first one, 1 in the second one, and 2 in the third. So far, so good this time. Great. So that should give you 24 stitches here. And we do one more round of increases. So 3 double crochets, 1 in each stitch, and then followed by an increase. So 1 in the first one, 1 in the second one, and 1 in the third one, and then 2 in the fourth. So 1, 2, 1 in the first one, 1 in the second one, 1 in the third one, and 2 in the fourth. One in the first one, 1 in the second one, 1 in the third one, and 2 in the fourth, 1 and 2, 1 in the first one, 1 in the second one, 1 in the third one, and 2 in the fourth, 1 in the first one, 1 in the second one. I need to untangle my yarn. And 1 in the third one, and 2 in the fourth, 1 and 2, and then 1 in the first one, 1 in the second one, 1 in the third one, and 2 in the fourth. There we go. So that's all our increases done. I'm going to put my marker back in. And this round is going to be just a round of double crochets, 1 in each stitch. So let's start. It should be 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. So we have 30 stitches, which is great. So that was our first round of just 1 double crochet in each stitch, and we're going to do 8 more of those. So I'm not going to do it all on camera, so please do 8 more rounds of just 1 double crochet in each stitch, and I'll see you here after I've got that far. Okay, so I've got all my straight rows now, straight rounds. So before I continue to crochet, I'm going to do my eyes and the beak. So I've got the thread and the needle here for the eyes, and I'm going to start by counting from the top. So I'm going to count 8 rounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's where I want my eye. So I'm going to go in from the inside, and just to double check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. and I'm just going to make tiny little eyes. I have seen many beautiful eyes that people can sew on. I can't do it. So actually with the chick it works just to have very small beady eyes. Just to make sure that it doesn't get tangled. And maybe just one more. Okay. And just one more, why not? So it's your judgment, however big you want them. I want them quite small. Just need to make sure that my thread doesn't get tangled. But if I think that it's not good enough, I'm going to do it again to make sure that it's nicely evenly covered. Okay, great, that'll do. So when I did my practice once, when I was coming up with this pattern, I tried to save myself some time and just did both eyes at the same time. Now that worked fine, but if you look here, if you look closely, you can actually see the thread inside. So I'm not going to do it this time. I'm just going to tie a knot here, and I'm going to cut my thread and do it separately for the second eye. Completely up to you what you decide to do, but this is what I'm doing here. So just need to tie a little knot. Okay. So now I just need to make sure that's in the same round. It's not there, it's there. Yep. And just do the same thing. There's no pattern to it. Just pull it through a few times. Something's gone wrong there. Go. Okay, almost there. And I'm just going to pull it to the inside. And again, make a knot or two. And just cut it off. Okay, so here are my eyes. And now I'm going to do the beak. So I'm going to change the thread in my needle to red. And I'm going to cut a beak out of the felt. So you really don't need a lot. And just fold it like so, and then just round off the edges. It's probably better in this case to use slightly smaller scissors, but this is all I have at this point. But that will do. It's great. I'm happy with that. So let's just put this to the side, and let's put the beak on. I'm just going to tie a little knot here quickly. Okay. So obviously the beak goes in between the eyes, but slightly lower. So if you count 1, 2, 3 and put the beak between the 1, 2, 3, between the third and the fourth round from the eyes, and then like so. Oops, maybe not into your own finger. It just goes to show how I'm not used to doing these things, because I'm not a professional. I'm far from good at it yet still, but I think some of the things that I make are quite fun, and I really enjoy making them, and this is why I keep doing it. Almost there. This doesn't need a lot, just to make sure that it's attached. I'll do it a couple more times for good measure. There we go. That's our beak. And I'm just going to again tie a knot. As you can see, it's not very tidy on the inside, but that's okay because you won't see it. So I'm not too worried about it. Just make a knot here. Make sure that none of the yarn gets caught in it. And cut it. And there we have it. So this is our chick's face. And now we're just going to decrease a little bit, but we will have to put on the wings quite soon, and because otherwise it will just get too difficult. I think I have misplaced my marker. There it is. So put my marker back in, and I'm going to start by doing 3 double crochets, 1 in each stitch, followed by 1 decrease. So 1, 2 and 3, followed by 1 decrease. And decrease, do you remember how we do decrease is just putting 3 loops on the hook. So let me show you a bit more slowly. So I'm going to do my decrease now. So hook through the first stitch, yarn over, pull through, hook through the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, 3 loops on the hook, pull through all of the 3. Okay, and then again 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3, followed by a decrease. One, 2 and 3, followed by a decrease, one, 2, and 3, followed by a decrease, and 1, 2, and 3, followed by the last decrease. Okay. I think now we can do our wings. So I'm just going to bring them back. And so I have my wing here. This yarn, this one can go, doesn't really matter. The one from the inside, but the one that we fastened off, we're just going to pull it through the crochet needle. And if you have a look here, so this is where you want your wing. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on the 11th row. It doesn't really matter if it's not 11th, as long as it's more or less in that position, so that when you put it in the box, in the egg box, it's actually, you know, sticking out, and it's not preventing you from putting it completely in the box. So I'm just going to put it there and start sewing. So this is basically what you're doing. You're just sewing the wings on, which clearly didn't work. Let's try again. I accidentally put it in the same stitch, which is quite amusing. Okay, so let's make sure that it's going in a different stitch, and then it's going to work like so. Let me just check. Yeah, that's fine. So now again, just put through one of the stitches in the wing, and then one of the stitches in the check. So this is a bit fiddly, but it's not too bad. It just takes a little bit of time. So what I'm going to do this on screen and do the second one off screen, because it's actually much easier to do it when you don't have to be on the camera. To make sure that I don't get, there we go. So as you can see, something just got tangled in there. There we go. That was my yarn from the inside. I'm not really sure what happened there, but I'm just going to tuck it in. No worries, it's not going to be visible, so just tuck it in and sew over it. And again, you won't even see it. There we go. So this is one of my wings, and it's attached. If you're not 100% sure that it's attached properly, you can always just, you know, do another round of stitching. I'm quite happy, so I'm just going to finish here. I'm going to tie it on the inside. Just do a little knot just to secure it even more. And then I'm going to tie this one and cut it off. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing on the other side. So once I finished my other wing, I'll see you here in a second. Now I've got my little wings. I will carry on finishing off the body of my chick. So remember last time we did a decrease. So this time I'm just going to do one round of just one double crochet in each stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need 24 here, so I'm going to have 24 stitches, and I'll see you here in a second. And now I'm going to do another round of decreases. So 2 double crochets, 1 in each stitch. 1, 2, followed by a decrease. Again, 2 double crochets, 1 in each stitch. 1, 2, followed by a decrease. 2 double crochets, 1 in each stitch. 1, 2, followed by a decrease. And same again. 1, 2, followed by a decrease. And again, 2 double crochets, 1 in each stitch. Followed by a decrease. And the last sequence, 2 double crochets, 1 in each stitch. 1, 2, and we have 2 stitches left, so we're just going to do the last decrease here. Okay, so the chick is getting tighter, so I would say I'm going to start stuffing the chick now. And remember, I want to put a little squeaker inside as well, so I need to make sure that I don't forget about that. So I want my chick to be fairly firm, so I'm going to have to put quite a lot of filling in. But also I want it to be quite comfortable to be working with still. So I'm going to start like so, and maybe put a little bit more in. And then with the squeaker, I want to put it close to the front. So not right in the middle, but somewhere just in the front there. So that when my daughter squeezes it, so she can actually manage to make a sound. It will be better once I have put a little bit more stuffing in. Oops, see, at the moment it's just not working because it's not closed off, and it just all slips out. Okay. Make sure that you shape your chick. If you don't want the squeaker, don't bother with it. I'm actually not sure, but yeah, I think it's going to work. So I'll leave it like that for now, and I'm going to do the next round, which is just going to be 1 double crochet in each stitch. So that should be just a normal round without any decreases or increases. So 1, 2, 3, oopsie, 3, 4. So I just carry on like this, and I'll see you here once I finish this round. 5. Okay, we'll carry on, and we're going to do another decrease round. And so we're going to do 1 double crochet followed by 1 decrease, and then another double crochet in the next, followed by 1 decrease in the following stitch, and double crochet in the next stitch, and a decrease in the following one, double crochet in the next stitch, and a decrease in the following one, double crochet in the next stitch, and a decrease in the following one, and last sequence, 1 double crochet here and a decrease in the last 2 stitches. Okay, so what we want to do now is to make sure that our birdie is stuffed as much as we want it to. And then we're going to do another decrease round. And we're almost done. We're pretty much there now. Just a couple more things to do. Okay. I think I'm going to put a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Okay. So I'm going to do the last decrease round. So now I'm going to decrease every single stitch. And so it is getting a bit more fiddly by the second. But as I said, we're almost done. So it's just the last bit that is a little bit tricky. So as I said, we are decreasing every single stitch. It's not going to take long. Almost there. Oopsie. 1 and 2. And as the last 2 stitches here, we're going to decrease that. Okay, so now the last thing to do before we close is to attach the legs. So I showed you before just a little bit of yarn. So what I want to do, I want to pull the yarn through the bottom. So on the side where you see the wings, just pull the yarn through just above the last round. It doesn't really matter. I'm not counting this because, quite frankly, it's not important that it's, you know, in the 3rd stitch from the front or the back. It's really not important. What is important though is that you pull it through, and you pull it through on the other side. Okay, so we've got the yarn in, and what we want is to secure it, so we'll just pull it through another stitch just there, just like so, and the same on the other side. So go to the stitch above, so go to the stitch above and then pull the yarn through so that it keeps it there. And now we're back to the belt, and we cut out a couple of tiny feet. So obviously I don't want them to be square, but I don't want them to be round. So I'm just going to do a little, that will do, and then the other one is also similar. Again, this is not science. I'm not I don't care whether they're exactly the same. It doesn't really matter. So that's that. And now what I need to make sure is that I make a hole. I make a hole in the felt, but I need to make sure that I don't break the entire thing. So actually, if you look at it, it doesn't really work very well. So I'm going to start and make the hole with the actual sharp needle rather than the crochet needle, and just wiggle it in a little bit, and you can see the hole is now formed. Same here, put it in and wiggle a bit, and that will do. And now we just need to pull the yarn through. There we go. And then pull the yarn through the other side. And there you have it. We have feet. Now, in order to secure the feet, I'm going to do a couple of knots just at the bottom so that they can't slip. That's a bit too low. This is quite tricky to do on the camera, but you see what I'm doing here, and then this knot is in the right place, so I'm just going to place the second knot on top of this one, and one more. And then once that one didn't go to the right place, I'm just gonna get rid of this one and try again. Put it a bit higher. There we go. Now I'm just going to check that it doesn't come off and cut it off. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. Try to do it at approximately the same level, more or less. And one more. Cut the rest off. and we have our feet. And the last thing to do is to close it off, and for that I'm just going to do a skip one and slip stitch in the other one. I just need to check, do I want any more? I think I might want a little bit more stuffing just at the very bottom here, so I'm just going to tuck it in, making sure that my legs don't go in at the same time. Okay, and now let's just close. So what I'm going to do is skip this one and slip stitch in the second one. And again skip this one, slip stitch in the second one. And the last one, skip this one and slip stitch in the last one. This is really tricky, it's very difficult to see. This is, I think, where I need to go in. Bear with me 1 second. Like so. Just pull it tight so that it doesn't stick out, and then fasten off, cut, and pull. And there you have it. Easter chick. If you want one, whoops, if you want one that, oh, there it is. So it can squeak. And make sure that you shape it. And then I'm just going to tuck this yarn in. So I'm going to pull it through a few times, like you normally would do. Maybe one more time. Just pull it through here, or not. And now I can just cut it off, and we're done. So this is my chick, and now my other chick has a friend. So there you have it, my Easter chick. I think they look quite cute and very easy to make. There are a couple of tricky bits, but that's just because it's quite a small project. But in the next video, I'm going to show you how I did the eggs to go with the chicks. So if you want to do that as well, you're more than welcome to. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and hopefully see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.